Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about Amazon. So I went ahead and I ordered a bunch of car parts. Got another one here. Got some AC Delco. And we got this guy. So you're probably asking, what's so special about this? This is all parts that were listed as Amazon used from the warehouse. So these are all used car parts. These are brake pads. I ordered 2 rotors, but only one of them came in apparently. Who knows, maybe there's 2 in here. Highly doubt it. These things are huge. And we got some bump stops, but these are all Amazon used, either acceptable, good condition, or these ones were like new condition. So we're gonna open them up right now and we're gonna see exactly what we bought. I don't have everything that I ordered here right now, but I wanted to see what I bought and see what this is gonna end up being. So I wanted to help you guys out and let you see what's gonna happen. So let's move this one out of the way. Let's start with these ones here. So I'm opening these up for the first time. I've bought stuff from them before, but never car parts. That was kind of sketchy. But everything's 100% returnable, so we're gonna see what happens here. So this is a Dorman bump stop for my '02 Silverado, and just by looking at it, it's obviously not the same box. This is not a Dorman box. You know what? I stand corrected. It is. It's right there. But it looks like Amazon wouldn't put their own little thing on there. So it is the original box. And the threads look good on it. Alright, so these bump stops were used like new condition. I don't know if I'd say like new condition, but I don't know if you guys can see it right there, but there's like some, just looks like the rubbers wasn't manufactured right and has some discoloration on it. I don't know what these things look like new, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that it does qualify as new, but it is in good condition and the threads are not damaged, so it's definitely usable. Let's open up the next one. So there we go, original packaging, Dorman. This one is in good condition too. So again, these were used like new condition, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that that one's good. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one. So this is where it gets a little sketchy. I ordered brake pads, ceramic AC Delco brake pads for the truck, and these were listed as used, good condition. I even called the help desk and I asked them, how is it even possible to sell used brake pads? And they didn't really know. He didn't really have an answer for me. He just told me that anything that Amazon sells is still new condition. But this is going through a third-party seller, so they really had no information regarding it. But take a look at it here. Need some extra light. I'm going over these things with the fine comb. So these have never been used. and they look like they're in good condition. Okay, here's another brake pad. Oh, so here is probably where they discounted it. I don't know if that camera is going to pick it up here, but if you look just on the edge here, kind of looks like it took a beating there. So I don't think that's going to be anything that's going to stop it from being used. But it's definitely a little concerning. I think next time I probably wouldn't purchase it unless it said used like new condition. I would assume would be a little bit better. But right on the edges here, you can kind of see where they're a little beat up. And then right here, there's like a little chip off of the brake pad. Just right. And you can kind of see it. I'm trying to see if it'll focus on it. There. We're gonna move on to the next one. Again, a little bit of a, that looks more of like a manufacturer defect than damage from like dropping it or anything, but there's a little bit of a lip to that. But I could probably sand that. That'll fix it. That'll be fine. And then the last brake pad. Again, nothing major, just these corners, the edges here again. There you go, you can kind of see a little bit of that lip there. And then there's a couple little chips on the edges here. You got a little chip there, a little chip there, a little chip there, and then right here is actually kind of a big one. So again, these are used, no, these were used good condition. I don't know if I would call them good condition just because they're brake pads, but they're definitely usable. They normally go for, I think they were $41.99, even through rockauto.com. Yeah, even the new ones on Amazon were $41.99. I think I got them for like $29 or something like that. So I think it was worth it. Still comes with the directions. Looks like it comes with the warranty information. Some brake silicone compound. You put it on the brackets here. It also came with the new hardware. And these look like they're in good condition. They don't look like they've ever been used or ever had brake pads applied to them. They're a little scratched up, but nothing major. Probably just from sitting in the box all day. All right, so that was used, good condition brake pads from Amazon. Honestly, I think that they came out a lot better than I thought. I was a little sketched out buying listed used parts off of Amazon. So now for the one that I've been waiting for. This baby. I bought 2 rotors, and again, these were normally like, I think $68 a piece or something like that. I think I got them for like 38 each. So I have another one coming on the way. I'm honestly pretty sketched out about this because the box is completely mangled. You guys can see that. It's just, I mean, it looks like it's been taped up a couple times. And I think this thing, if I remember correctly, it was listed as used, good condition. So the bag that is normally around it is all ripped up, just like the box. Kind of expected that. All right, well, right off the bat, I can tell that it has not been used. But it has some surface rust on it. So normally rotors, when they come, they have a protective film of like grease or oil or something on them. It protects it from rust. This, I can feel it. It still has a little bit of that stuff on it, but it's definitely not there like when you buy it from the from your auto parts store. But right here, I don't know if you can see it. It's got some surface. Actually, that looks more like dirt, something that's stuck to the oil. But right in here, trying to get some light here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some there we go. So there's some surface rust on there. To me, that's not a big deal. These things are gonna rust anyways when they're on the truck. But as far as the surface looks pretty good. So right here, see that little tiny nick right there. Trying to get it to focus on it. You can kind of see it right there at the tip of my finger. It's a little tiny nick on the rotor. Kind of looks like they may have dropped it on something there. Again, is it anything that's going to stop it from being used? Probably not, but when you're buying something new, you expect it to be in good condition. But this is not new, this is used, good condition. Let me take a look at the front. My main concern is where your studs go. There's no cracks, no damage. There's scratches, but that's not a big deal. And then the surface of the rotor itself. Now this side actually does still have some oil on it. I could feel it and I could see it. But on this side there is no damage. And this thing has definitely never been used before, so I think they just list it as used just to get away from that being responsible kind of thing. Guys, so that's what I have for right now. That's what's come in. I got my suspension parts, the bump stops. I got one rotor, still waiting on the other one, and then we had the brake pads over here. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy about how they came out. They're definitely not used. They're still new items, but they're damaged. And I think that's the takeaway here, is that, you know, if you're looking to save a couple bucks, I mean, apparently even on auto parts, you can save a couple bucks. I was especially happy with these because, you know, these are just bump stops. This isn't something that's gonna put your life in danger or anything like that. I think brakes definitely would, but I like how these ones came out. They're definitely not used. They're in good condition. It's nothing that's gonna alter how they're gonna operate. So, and then like with the brake pads, you can sand out the imperfections. My main concern was, were they actually used or not? Did somebody install them on their truck, try to use them, not like it, and then return it, which is not the case. They look like they've never been installed ever. So pretty happy with that. But yeah, if you want to see more on me actually installing all this stuff, I'm going to be doing a series on my Silverado. I'm going to be rebuilding the front end. I'm going to be doing tie rods, the ball joints, the control arms. I have all that stuff coming in the mail. I'm waiting for everything to get here and then for me to have time to do it. But while I have that all off, I'm going to be doing the wheel bearing hubs. I have those in the mail as well. The bump stops, the shocks, and the brake pads, the brake rotors. What else? I haven't decided if I want to do the pivot arm and the idler arm yet, but mine look like they're still in pretty good condition. But yeah, so if you want to see a video on that, go ahead and hit the subscribe and follow. And I just want to thank everybody for finally reaching 1,000 subscribers. That is absolutely awesome. I am very appreciative of it, and you know, you guys helping me out, and I just appreciate that I'm able to help everybody on YouTube out. And yeah, it just means a lot, so I appreciate it. Thank you guys.